Hi guys, this is Tablet-News.com and I'm here to talk about the Samsung Galaxy Tab S8 Ultra 5G for full review. Samsung wasn't content with simply bringing an Ultra among the phones, so it expanded the brand to the tablets, and this is a huge tablet. It's actually a bit of a giant with a 14.6-inch panel, and it can turn into a laptop when need be. And also it comes with a stylus for productivity. At the same time, it's the first tablet with a notch that we see. It's incredibly slim and it has the most powerful Qualcomm CPU on the market. It brings 2 cameras at the front and 2 cameras at the back, quad speakers tuned by AKG, and we've seen the device before at Mobile World Congress 2022 in Barcelona. Now it's time for a more detailed review. As far as the design is concerned, the Galaxy Tab S8 Ultra is a tablet which was clearly thought to be a replacement for a laptop, and that's not just marketing, it's for real. I have been using an iPad Pro 12.9-inch version, so I'm pretty comfortable with large sizes, but this one is truly huge. It's not Conor McGregor, it's more of a Mike Tyson, if not even Tyson Fury. I actually felt the device to be uncomfortable to use, especially if you have something to write on a digital or virtual keyboard. My hands are pretty large and still I had to balance the tablet in order to reach the letters at the middle of the keyboard. The white format which Samsung used here is clearly destined for the keyboard experience, I mean the physical one that you can attach to it or with a stand. Otherwise, when it comes to gaming, I would say the device is comfy, although I prefer the 4:3 format. The tablet is pleasant for video watching, nothing bad about it, and the build is obviously a solid one, a premium one. It combines glass and metal and gives you a solid feeling when gripping the device, just as expected. It doesn't flex and it doesn't creak. Once you attach the keyboard and the backside support, there's also a special placement for the stylus, and it changes the whole experience. We're getting a true laptop replacement. Also, thanks to the DeX feature, the entire experience is turned into one optimized for a physical keyboard and a trackpad, or even a mouse which you can connect to it. Honestly, it can easily replace a notebook without a problem, and once we will get the proper hardcore productivity software like those from the Adobe Premiere Suite or others like it, we'll definitely have a bright future for the format. I would also like to highlight regarding the design the fact that the keyboard and the foldable support on the backside are very well conceived, balanced and functional. I particularly like that small sleeve for the S Pen between the tablet and the back cover, with a special portion of bending, one that uses, or better said it gets used to lift the tablet from the closed position from the keyboard. Regarding functionality, the tablet is pretty versatile. It's ideal considering the size and the features, and it's powerful enough for quite a few activities. I'm talking about students, artists, graphic designers, managers, all of them can use the facilities of the product. The screen is pretty bright, so much so that we will not have problems in full sunlight, pretty solid contrast too. The pixel arrangement of the Super AMOLED screen is one never seen by us before in all the years we've been doing the reviews. The strangest things about it is the fact that under the microscope, this pixel setup involves blue pixels shaped like the letter U. We can't exactly tell why Samsung opted for this solution. The brightness we measured here is 418 lux units. I would say it's quite okay, even though it doesn't break any records. What's for sure is that we have wide view angles and pleasant and vivid colors. We also get quad stereo speakers, and it's true stereophony on the tablet, with high notes, medium notes and low notes all around. The 4 speakers have been tuned by AKG, and we also have a bunch of useful tweaks and settings. We've already gotten accustomed to an excellent quality of the sound and acoustics on tablets nowadays, especially flagships. It's no wonder since there's more space for speakers compared to the smartphones. The volume, on the other hand, it doesn't break any record for sure, but I also wouldn't call it weak. I would say the acoustics and the sound are part of the positive features of the Tab S8 Ultra. Regarding the hardware and especially the processing power, you have to know that we have here the most powerful tablet with Android right now. Forget about the lag of the Galaxy Tab A series. Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 is a proper beast. Also, it's powerful enough so you can use multiple windows and multiple tasks open in DeX Mode, you know, the one that turns the interface into a Windows-like UI. Obviously, the benchmarks put this tablet on the first spot compared to any other device we've tested, and it also doesn't have rivals when it comes to the tablets. It even competes in the top 15 phones we've tested recently, the high-end ones, if you were to place it in such a hierarchy. The power comes with a price. The Slate has a tendency to overheat, but considering the size, the thing where the device gets the most hot is not one which will bother your fingers, as far as placement is concerned. I mentioned before that the power comes with sacrifices. Well, there are actually two of them. So aside from the slight overheating, we also have the battery life, which is not exactly impressive. If you're really using the tablet to all of its potential, you definitely will not catch the sunset, even if you wake up at noon. You should expect a screen on time of about 7 hours. If you're all about movie watching, TV show watching and binging, I would say you can reach 11 hours of viewing. The charging is also not very fast. Our tests have shown something like 1 hour and 53 minutes for a full 100% charge starting from zero. I would say that in 2022 this is definitely not enough for what we're expecting. By the way, we don't have a bundle charger in the box, but we used one, a 30-watt one, in case you were wondering. As far as connectivity is concerned, we're getting Wi-Fi 6E, 4G and even 5G, plus Bluetooth 5.2, GPS, and an USB-C 3.2 port. However, there's no trace of NFC. We did a bunch of speed tests and we achieved 551 Mbps in Wi-Fi download and 570 Mbps in upload. When it comes to a mobile connection, we only could reach a 4G signal and we achieved 91.8 Mbps in download and 5.74 Mbps in upload. We didn't forget about the cameras, even though taking pictures with a large tablet makes you a bit of a douchebag. There are two cameras at the front, a main 12MP one and an ultra-wide 12MP one. This front camera can film in 4K at 30 or even 60 frames per second. Obviously, you can also use it for video calls. At the backside, we also find a dual camera with a 13MP main shooter with autofocus and a secondary 6MP ultra-wide cam. This setup also can reach 4K 60 frames per second filming and it has its own LED flash. There's no point in talking about the cameras too much, so I'm going to show you a collage of pictures and a short video taken with these cameras. As you can see, we have a front camera with an exceptional quality of shots. Software-wise, we have Android 12 with One UI 4.1 on top. I want to start with the S Pen here, the Stylus, with a latency of just 2.8 milliseconds, exactly the same as the Stylus bundle with the Galaxy S22 Ultra. Right now, Apple is offering 9 milliseconds on the best iPad Pro on the market and its Apple Pencil. I actually prefer the soft tip from this stylus compared to the tough one from the Apple Pencil. It's more responsive and you can write cursively by hand with text recognition supported and conversion of handwriting to digital text. This is not your average S Pen bundled with the Galaxy S22 Ultra, it's a larger version. You can use it to draw. There's a lot of tips to use to trigger colors or thicknesses, and you can also do screen captures, write on top of them, draw on them, cut a part of the screen and also create a GIF. The stylus gets attached magnetically to the backside of the tablet and it charges via wireless. You can also use it to navigate with gestures between menus, but also activate features of apps like the camera. The S Pen translates text in real time, it can be used as a magnifying glass, and many other features which you already know from the Samsung smartphones. We also got the book cover keyboard, another accessory which we tested with the tablet. It's a case with an integrated keyboard, which I actually found to be pretty ergonomic and with well-spaced keys. It has backlighting, a special row of F buttons with useful features like brightness, screenshot, and other of the sorts. The trackpad impressed me through its size, and the travel of the keys is perfect for a journalist. Android 12 and One UI 4.1 also bring multitasking with a split screen in 3 windows, plus floating windows. Or you can open as many windows as you want in DeX Mode, the one inspired by Windows. It comes with a taskbar and is pretty well married to using a mouse and keyboard with it. Applications are scaled pretty well compared to previous iterations of DeX and tab-based devices. It definitely helps that we have a large diagonal here. Aside from that, One UI 4.1 brings a privacy dashboard, dark mode with multiple settings, Material U, which takes the color from the wallpaper and integrates it as far as the menus and icons are concerned, a brand new widget picker and brand new more detailed widgets, plus those green indicators of privacy for the camera and microphone activation at the top corner of the screen. Knox has been integrated for data protection when it comes to your work data, and for an added layer of security we have a fingerprint scanner of the optical variety integrated in the screen. You can use the tablet as a secondary screen for a Windows PC. We have reached the end of the review, it's time for the conclusion. What are the pros of the Galaxy Tab S8 Ultra? So first things first, the screen. It's large, it's bright, it has vivid colors. Then we have the processor, which is very powerful. And then there is the synergy with the keyboard and the stylus. The first one makes it a worthy replacement for a laptop. The second one actually surpasses the iPad Pro and the Apple Pencil in a great way. The quad speakers are excellent, the cameras are the best I've seen on a tablet ever, and especially the video calls impressed me. DeX Mode feels a bit more stable now, and I would say almost a good replacement for Windows. Almost. What are the cons of the device? Well, it's pretty hard to handle, to wield. No matter how big your hands are, you definitely have problem with wielding it. The battery life isn't very generous, we don't have a charger in the box, and there's also a bit of an overheating when it comes to intense usage. Then there's the whole price thing. Together with the accessories, this device is pricier than a super laptop with a 4K OLED screen. Of course, there's also the thing about the optimization of many Android apps for this very large format. It feels a bit weird. This tablet puts some pressure on you to maybe stop watching videos, it puts you straight into a work mode or student mode, basically pressures you into getting a job done. Or the tools are there. When turned into a laptop with a keyboard attached, this whole device is actually more compact than a classic 15-inch laptop, perhaps even a 14-inch laptop. However, it's definitely bigger than the 10 or 11-inch tablet. Clearly, it's a chore to put it in your school bag or your backpack. I think it could be ideal for someone with tasks related to student life, creatives, journalists, vloggers, bloggers, but even those ones may feel the lack of the Adobe desktop suite, for example. The ideal buyer already had an Android tablet in his life, maybe 1 or 2 or 3, and is searching for a replacement for the iPad Pro with an improved Pencil. The product should be priced at around $1,200 right now at the retailers you see mentioned in the description. Goodbye.